All right, Libra, welcome into your reading. This is going to be the October 2023 reading. So anyone with prominent Libra placements in your birth chart, thank you so much for being here. If you're cross watching for a Libra, welcome into the reading. I hope everyone is doing well and having a good month so far. Your birthday is now in this time frame, so happy birthday to all the Libras. Let's see what is coming through. Let's get into it. What is the message for the month of October for the group of Libras that I'm reading for today? As always, if you were able to gain any insight or perspective from today's reading at any point, please hit the little thumbs up button, like the video. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you there. Speaking of channel, I got a little vision. It just looked as though, or felt like, you were being liberated and set free. Okay, it felt like if you were driving in a fast car and you are like, what is it, like looking out the window, or you have your head out the window and you're allowing the wind to hit you or something like that. But there is like a freedom feeling here, getting away from something, going towards something else. I feel like whatever you are going toward this month is happening pretty quickly. I feel like there's going to be a lot of activity in your life this month as well. Just a reminder that Venus, our planet, is finally moving out of Leo. It's been there for a few months, and I don't know about you, but it has definitely impacted my life and pretty much changed my life in the matter of a few months, I would say, in big ways. So I don't know if any of you felt that, but I'm a Libra rising, so this transit really hit me. But anyway, but yeah, it's moving out of Leo. It was in Leo, was doing the retrograde thing there as well for a while. So it's finally going into Virgo. That should be happening around the second week of the month, or around the 9th, something like that. So finally that is happening. Maybe that's why I'm getting this feeling of liberation and being set free. Because we are going to be feeling a different energy. If you have prominent Libra placements in your chart, you will probably be feeling it or going through something different in the month of October. All right. So let's see. Open up the energy. Bring in the messages for the group of Libra that I'm reading for today. These cards want to talk. They are like, let's go. Let's get it on already. I mean, let's get on with it already. Sorry. Anyway, you have the Moon and you have the Death card and the Two of Pentacles. This is deep. This is deep energy here. What are we doing? This group I'm reading for is definitely going within, doing some transformative work for sure this month, which is not always the easiest thing. So just pace yourself with it. Be very aware and present with the changes that are happening and how they are affecting you personally, your psyche, your emotional state, your body even, your spirit. You will notice some sort of shift or change, and when it starts to happen, it's just going to feel a little weird. You're not really going to have answers. It's going to feel like you don't know what's going on, especially if you're in that middle ground of the death process, the transformative process. You don't know that you're going through it until like you're on the other side. Unless you're really, really aware of yourself and, you know, the process that you're in. But if you feel uncertain, if you feel anxious, like anxiety, you know, just a little fearful, or you are looking at the past too much and regretting, or you're looking at the future too much and worrying, something like that, but for no reason, something within you feels like it's shifting, it's changing, it's transforming. And the reason why I'm picking up a lot on the fact that you don't know about it, or you can't tell, or something like that, is because the Moon is here. And there's a lot of uncertainty that comes with the Moon. There's the need, for sure, with the Moon and Death, to really sit back and like create a connection between you and your inner self. There's depth here. There's some darkness here going on as well this month. I think that this is happening because you need to make some sort of decision. There's something about you weighing out the options or the two sides of the scales. And I was getting that as well when I was preparing, like mentally preparing to do this reading today. There was something about both spectrums of the scales and how we might be either like far too much on one side and we need to find the balance. So you just want to be careful if you feel like you are unbalanced this month. If you are acting out of the ordinary and you just don't know why, right? Like you're telling yourself like, why am I feeling like this? Like nothing is wrong. Why am I feeling like this? You know, what is happening? Maybe you're searching for reasons to validate these feelings or whatever, but you just feel in your core that everything is okay. I think it's just a sort of, how can I say, like sometimes us as human beings, even though things may not necessarily be happening or, you know, wrong in the 3D world, we do go through this sort of change within ourselves. And it's just like our evolvement or our ascension, right? Like for a reason, like our programming, whether it's from a DNA, mental, psyche, emotional, spiritual, like whatever, like we go through these ascension moments, you know, moments of growth, moments of transition, of transformation. This can happen definitely during your birthday time, which is now for you Libra suns, right? Because of the fact that, you know, that you have your solar return. So we tend to think about our lives. We tend to think about how we ended up where we are. Even if you are a Libra rising, you know, the sun is hitting in your first house. So it's like illuminating and bringing to light things about you, because the first house has to do with the self. So, you know, it's just something to think about. Like maybe it doesn't have to be such a big deal. You don't have to be so scared or fearful about it, especially if you know that there is no literal physical threat. If there is no literal physical threat, then roll with it, flow with it. Understand that this is just a moment in time of your life where you are in need of an upgrade, a transformation, an ascension, like I was saying. Maybe there's something around your belief systems that you are changing, you know, your thought process. Maybe there's something around like what it is you want from yourself, right? Or out of life. Like there's a little bit of the feeling of not being satisfied with a certain part of you or a certain part of your life. And so once again, even if things are not necessarily wrong, you're not content, you're not satisfied. Therefore, there's like, you know what, I need to change. And that could be something that's happening here. Again, the Two of Pentacles. So this is more, I'm feeling more within you, right? Like your personal self here, going through some transformative moments. Really going into the dark depth of your psyche and your emotions, like I said. But this, I feel, is more in the 3D realm. These are things that are in your outer world that you need to balance and juggle and make sure that you're not dropping the ball. This is where the scales need to come in and really harmonize, right? And balance out. Because if you're not careful, there could be moments in time this month where you may put too much focus on one part of life and not focus on another part that is equally as important. All right, so there may be a lot of equally important things going on that you need to make time for and balance out. And maybe another reason why you feel like you're going through this change moment is because you have not been very balanced or something like that. And so you're identifying which parts of yourself or which parts of life need to be focused on or need more attention. I've been saying this with some of the readings, how this month there's a little bit of darkness coming through with us. I do feel this here. Getting out of the typical description of what these cards say and just going with my intuition. There's some longing here. There's some sadness here. Somebody is, I don't know, like beating themselves up. Okay? But there's so much power at the same time. Like, so much power. And I know that you know how powerful you are. There's a need to, like, come back to reality and center yourself and remember who you are. Okay? I feel like with the moon, something has you just in this, like, dark, whimsical place. I feel like you're tired. Some of you may be tired. And it's just like, I'm just floating here. And I don't know. I don't have any, like, anchor. Like, you need an anchor. And you need to fill your body up again. You need to fill your life, your, what is this? Like, your chi, right? Like, the, what is that chi? Like, power, you know? Like, there's just something about, like, you being sort of depleted, empty, translucent, or, like, I don't know, like, very light. And there's something about that that is not, and I know that you're air, obviously, but there's something about it that it's like you're too far away from, like, being grounded and being, like, feeling aligned and in the earthly realm. There's also an element of the unknown coming through this month. There's going to be something, there's going to be something that you did not know that comes to light, and it's going to be a transformative moment. A blast from the past, a ghost from the past, something from the past, something that has happened already. Not necessarily is happening now, but something that is already, that happened before that you didn't know about, is going to come through, but it's going to affect you in some way, that it's going to change something. I don't like this Two of Pentacles. I really don't. Not for a Libra. Like, they're like with the cardinal air, and that's the other thing too. Like, you're just floating here. Cardinal air has direction. You know, cardinal air is like the wind of a storm as it comes through, right before the water. The air comes through before the rain. So that's cardinal air. That's Libra. It's like the push of the air, okay? It's not this floaty, flighty thing. So there's a lack of force. There's a lack of direction. There's a lack of, like, control. Because there's, with the cardinal, it's like there's control. It's controlled direction, right? I don't know what's happening here, but we will see. Do you feel guilty? Like, I do feel like you're beating yourself up. Someone is beating themselves up. Like thinking of a moment that happened that you regret. There's no need for that. There's no need. Like, things that have happened, it just happened. Regardless if you feel like you made a mistake, and I understand the mistake thing, but that's the lesson part. The mistake is, like, learning never to do that again, right? But the regret is unnecessary. Because if you are in tune with the energy of the universe, or like how things are supposed to be, like that mistake, quote unquote mistake that you feel you made was supposed to happen. Everything that has happened until this very second that you're watching this video was supposed to happen exactly how it happened. Okay, so there's that, like, releasing the thought of if only this could, if only I would have done this, if only I would have, you know, not done that, or releasing the thought of the what if type of thing, and just accepting. Releasing and accepting, releasing and accepting, releasing and accepting. Part of the death transformation process as well. Feel the feeling, right? Allow yourself to feel it, face it, see it for what it is, and let it go. And do that as many times until you get out of this weird, guilty, shameful energy that I'm feeling here, because it's there's no reason, it's not necessary. Oh well. And I don't mean to be insensitive, but still, like, oh well, right? Like, it happened for a reason. It happened. There's no changing that. You focus on the now, you focus on what the lesson is and what you were able to gain out of it. There, you know this more than anyone, there's always a positive to the negative. Everything in life is a balance. What is the positive to this negative? That's what you focus on. That's how you transmute. In your environment, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, something's taking forever. This Queen. Queen of Wands. What else for the environment for the Libra, please? And so, Justice, there you are. You have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck with the Empress. Jeez. All right. Man, do I feel like you are on guard as well. Like, there's this, like, vulnerability that just is, like, right there on the surface. Like, it just wants to come out so bad. And you're just, like, holding on to it. If, like, the people that know you very well can see, like, you're about to break down. Okay? Like, you're holding on really tight. You're about to break down. Let it go. Release it, cry it out, be vulnerable, however that looks for you, right? Like, you're holding on to it. The longer you hold on to it, the longer you, like, you're in this state of being. There's release that needs to happen this month. What is happening in your environment and why? Like, why? Who are these people that you're dealing with? Do you know who these people are? There's something about, like, your circle. There's something about who you're associating yourself with that is, I don't know, like, I feel for some of you, you're putting too much attention on this, that you're neglecting yourself as well. It's like, are you looking to be justice? Some of you are looking to be an impact to other people, but, like, purposely, not allowing it to be nature or natural, right? As Libra, as the Justice card, the scales, right? Like, as a Libra, it represents the balance and the karma. So usually Libras are karma to other people. There's, like, something about some of you forcing, like, you know that this is your role in life, right? Like, when people work with you, when people connect with you or whatever, you tend to change their life in some way. Okay, granted, like, that happens. But there's something about like you forcing it with these people. Like, let them go through what they're going through. You cannot handhold people through their journey, right? Like, their journey is their journey, however it is. If you are meant to be of service in the Libra way, then okay. But that will happen if the universe says so. That will happen, like, on its own. I feel like these people may be going through something and you're like, okay, I can help because that's my role and that's what I'm used to doing or whatever. And there's like a sense, like I said, of forcing this thing. Queen of Wands does not need your help. And if the Queen of Wands is asking for your help, she is taking from you and sucking you dry because you're dying here with the Death card and you're like completely translucent with the Moon. Like there's no, what am I looking for? Life force. There's no life force here with the Death and the Moon card. Where's the warmth? Well, I always say Libra does not. Libra is the only sign that is not represented by an animal or a human, right? So I say there's no warm blood flowing through the Libra because Libra is just a concept. Sorry. But anyway, like it just feels like this person is taking. What is this guy doing? Whatever he's doing, he's being cautious. He's being very smart and practical about his decisions. I feel like this is the person that you feel that you messed up with or you're longing for, you're missing. There's something about juggling this person in your life as well. But it's like they're taking a long time to do something because the Knight of Pentacles is always does the right thing. There's like a level of integrity here with the Knight of Pentacles, you know? So they're not like quick to take action. They're not quick to respond. They're not quick to, you know, declare anything or speak on their truth or whatever. By the time they do speak on their truth, they thought it out. And whatever they say is their truth, right? So that's something to trust and that's something to be okay with, you know, but this Queen of Wands is, she's been coming out a lot in a lot of the readings and she's not coming out in a good way. I feel like there's something in between you and this person as well, which could be this Queen of Wands type of figure or you playing the role of the Queen of Wands, like a certain part of your persona. So let's just say in your environment, there's another person, right? And you want to balance the scales out with this person. You want to harmonize with this person. You understand that this person has some sort of karmic tie to you, or this is a karmic situation, something like that. But what's prolonging this is the fact that if it is you, you're playing a Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands, like, she's very passionate, you know, very fiery, very attractive, very social. She's popular. She gets a lot of attention. There's a level of high confidence and even arrogance that comes through here. So you just want to be careful that you're not like overstepping your place, okay? Because if you want to harmonize with this person, then you have to humble yourself down a little bit. If this is not you and this is someone else, there's another person who is interfering between the harmonization of you and this person. You are coming forth with your truth. This person's not ready to speak their truth yet. There needs to be some kind of change. You're going through a metamorphosis because of something that's happening in your environment, maybe. Like you're changing the way you're doing something. You're changing the way you believe about yourself. Like certain things that you believe about yourself. I think this person is like not ready to say the things yet or do the things because there's a lot of uncertainty with you. You may be coming across like a Queen of Wands But that is like your social front, okay? There's more depth to you here, and this person's waiting to see that. I don't know. Let's get more info. Let's break down the month for you. We're going to go and see what the details are. Look at the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. And then I'll pull some clarifiers as well. So this story may play out in the rest of the cards so we can get more detail. What is coming through for the Libra for October 2023, the beginning of the month, please? First 10 days. Four of Wands, okay, so coming together, celebrating, feeling really good, full of energy and love and harmony and mutual attraction, mutual feelings. You and another person, or you and a group of people are on the same page. There's an element of your home involved here as well, like maybe you're cleaning it, beautifying it, moving it around. Maybe you have people over, or you're getting ready to have people over. But at the beginning of the month, that feeling sort of changes because the Three of Swords comes through, and it's like you, at one point you were feeling really good, but something happens that lets you down. You were let down. You have the King of Cups here. Four of Pentacles. I'm going to put it back, but this just means some stubbornness and like holding on and not budging type of energy. So I feel like this King of Cups is coming through that way of a little stubborn. You also have the Moon here. There's a lot of uncertainty this month. This is probably going to be the thing that causes you anxiety and a little bit of fear. And there's like a death process that you're going through because you have to handle these emotions. You have been hurt as well with this Three of Swords. So you're in the healing process. It's like reflection. Something may be a reflection. There may be a mirror effect between you and another person. Like maybe they're going through the same thing, or you perceive them to be going through what they think you're going through, something like that. I think that both of you did something to one another. So it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a family member, a close friend, something like that, but something that feels like home. And it's like simultaneously the both of you hurt one another. And it could be due to one person being really stubborn and the other person with a high like ego drive. But you're definitely looking within and trying to figure out like what really happened. But from a more psychological, energetic, spiritual perspective. It's like, am I really like this? This person, whatever happened between you and this person showed you a side of you that maybe has always been there, but it's never come to the forefront because maybe it's never been a problem. And maybe there was something that you did or a side of you that showed up. Right, and you're dealing with this one person and it just created friction, created tension. And so you're just like, am I wrong? Am I like this whole time I've had this belief system, or I've always been this way, or I've always done things this way, or whatever. And now all of a sudden this person is coming through with a mirror effect because it just collided between you and them because of this behavior. And you're thinking to yourself, like, this has never happened before, right? Why is it a problem now? And it could be vice versa as well. I feel like the both of you simultaneously, like, there was a situation, the both of you had your own way of handling it that just didn't vibe with one another. I feel very heavy on the mirror effect here, the projection onto one another. Two people are projecting, especially with the moon here saying so. Yeah. What's coming? I'll get clarity on that with the clarifier cards. What's coming through in the middle of the month for the Libra? The Fool, okay. So in the middle of the month, you have a new start of some kind. You're taking a risk. You feel more playful. You feel more fun-loving. So whereas at one point you were heartbroken, something happens, I'm assuming, that has you like ready to take the plunge, ready to take the risk, ready to invest, ready to put your all into something, not really thinking it through, but you're going based off of your passion and your bravery. And it's just like, I am all in, especially with this Ace of Pentacles right next to it. Forget it. This is an investment. Like, you feel that this is a good thing to put your energy in, to put your money into, to put your love into, like however it's showing up, whatever part of life. But you're jumping, you're taking the plunge, you're taking the leap here. This is like, the Fool is like a direct link, a direct contact to spirit, to the other side. And I understand that the Fool doesn't get that much credit for that, but it's literally the first card. It's the number 0. Like, it's not, there is no, it's the beginning of the process, you know? So it is like the one that's the closest to the universe, the closest to spirit. Or your higher self or something like that, because it is so brand new. So it doesn't have all of the traumas, experiences. It hasn't developed a complete personality yet. So it has nothing to lose, you know? It's like, I am not going to think about all the things. I'm not going to think about the what ifs, right? Like, this seems right. It looks right. It feels right. Right. And I'm just going to go in and do it. So you will be spontaneous, or what is it? Like, just really maybe acting a little out of character because you are taking the plunge on something. It just feels very like, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just doing it because I feel that it's right. Whatever this is, also, it is a new start. Okay. So in the middle of October, that's what it's going to feel like. What else in the middle of the month? You definitely have an opportunity coming through here with the Ace of Pentacles. You also have the King of Swords and the Page of Wands. You're very clear on it. So even though you're coming off as the Fool here in the middle of the month and you're taking the leap, you're like super like still a little of the black and white happening here, like the two sides of the spectrum. There's no gray area right now. It's like cut and dry with the King of Swords. But you're passionate about it. It's like you feel like you have your path lined out. You feel like you know what has to be done. You also feel like you are in the right about something and you're very passionate about this thing that you want to do. It is very new, okay? So whatever you're going through in the middle of the month or whatever you're starting, obviously it's new, but you have confidence and you have the intellect and the experience and the mental capacity to take this thing on. I feel like people are excited to be around you. People are looking at you. People are going to you for advice, expertise. There's something about like status quo, you being sort of like the experienced wise one in your realm or whatever it is that you're working on, and you have like younger people or more or less experienced people looking up to you. But I do feel attention all of a sudden. For a King of Swords to have so much attention, that's going to feel a little off-putting to you. Like, you just want to be careful that you don't go into this like feeling of what is it, like incompetence, okay? Like, whatever you're doing, you're put there for a reason. You have the expertise. Like, you need to feel confident about it. Use this Queen of Wands energy of the overly confident, a little arrogant to good use by this point. You know, because the King of Swords doesn't always get too much attention. But I'm feeling that he is, or he or she will be. So, even though you yourself as a Libra do get a lot of attention, there's something about the situation that you're going to find yourself in where you're not going to really want it, or you're not going to feel like you deserve it, which you do, right? So you need to keep that mindset. You are capable, smart enough, and intelligent enough. This thing is about the mind here. Whatever this is that you're doing and why you're getting attention, it's about your experience, your expertise, your skill set. All right, your talents, your gifts, your mental capacity to do something. So if you have doubts about anything like that, whatever it is that you find yourself in, you just need to keep your confidence there and understand like you are put there for a reason, because people will be looking. What is coming through at the end of the month? But we will get more clarity on that as well. 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, Nine of Swords. Oh. This is the case of stepping back. Like, whenever you hear this, the sooner the better, okay? Stepping back and evaluating your life right now. I have a feeling that what's happening, or what could happen in the month, is like, if you are not really clear on your priorities, you're going to drop something somewhere. You need to be like clear on what's at the highest, like the top things, okay? Like your home, your family, your job, something like that. Make sure that no matter what, those top priorities every single day get worked on, have attention, have effort, have focus. The rest of the things can come as long as you make sure that those things are done. Okay, because it feels very strongly like the big stuff, you cannot drop the ball on the big stuff this month. So that could be your spending, your budgeting, your money, you know, your bills, your responsibilities at work, your task that you need to do, obligations, responsibilities, the stuff with your kids and your spouse or whatever, you know, like the big things. And then as your day goes or throughout your month or whatever, tackle the other stuff. Okay, and if you need to drop the ball on anything at all, you want to make sure that it's the least important things, you know? Like, wait to clean your garage out. Don't spend all day cleaning your closet out, right? When you know that you have to send some emails and, you know, you have deliverables that you need to do for work or, you know, whatever, right? Like that type of stuff, okay? Not to say that cleaning is not important. It's totally important. But if you have to compare, you know, these sort of obligations and deliverables and stuff to cleaning out your closet, right? Like, we know what's what. But that's just an example. Okay, so I think that it's really important that you do that, because if you're taking this reading seriously and, you know, like, you can change the duration of the reading. This is just tarot. It's not the end all be all, right? With simple choices, you can make a difference. The probability of things happening this month is here, right? If you don't like how it's turning out or whatever, make a different choice. Because at the end of the month, it's going to get a little hard if you don't focus on the things that you need to focus on. Okay? There's a little bit of longing, there's a regret, there's sadness. I understand that there's some sort of letdown and heartbreak, but it does seem as though, and I'll get of course the clarifiers, it does seem as though I'm hoping that it regulates itself somehow, or something happens where you don't feel like that anymore, because by the middle of the month you have this huge opportunity and it looks like you need to take it. Okay, but by the end of the month, you're like overthinking, you're stressed out, you're in anxiety, you feel like you can't get out of something. And yes, you will overcome it. The last card of the month being the 6 of Wands, you're going to overcome, you're going to be successful, you will accomplish the things. But it's coming at the end of the month, which means that there's a whole bunch of time where you're going to go through some things that are just a little bit intimidating, out of your element, some heartbreak, some new things, right, that are going to get you out of your comfort zone, okay? And then you're just going to be full of anxiety. And there's a little bit of sabotage coming through as well here. You will succeed, but not without some of this hard work. So, once again, be very clean, very clear mentally, energetically, emotionally, so you can be able to tackle these things and handle these things, right? Like, don't procrastinate, don't sabotage. If something is due, get it done at the time that it's due. You know, there's no like excuses. There's no excuses this month. That's what I'm feeling strongly. The excuses are not going to work for you this month. And I don't mean to scare anybody, and usually your readings are super cool and like really high vibe and all of that. And I'm not saying that this is not high vibe, but this month it's just a matter of like getting work done. And that could be work in any way, okay? All right, I don't know, hold on. I was gonna start clarifying over here, but I really want to clarify some things here. Let's start off with the moon. You're uncertain about love. If love is distracting you, that's something else that you need to be clear about. What's death? 10 of Pentacles. You are transforming and changing something for the sake of your wish, your life, like what you really, really want. Okay? So you're changing something about yourself because you know that you have to change a certain part of yourself in order to have the life that you want, or in order to have the relationship that you want, since the Knight of Cups is super close to this 10 of Skulls. What is the 2 of Skulls? This is in your personal energy. So this is going to be a lot of like your personal focus. Mental focus, heart focus, right? I'm not talking about the details of the month. This is just solely you. What is the 2 of Pentacles, please? I never do this, so for me to do this in your reading, I guess means something. 4 of Pentacles. Just don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn. Be open. Open up. Change. There's change here involved. If you want this 10 of Pentacles. It's like the Four of Pentacles is holding on to your values, holding on to what you believe. It could be literal, physical, 3D things, like holding on to your money. But that's why the stubbornness comes through, because it's an energy of holding on. And it's clarifying the Two of Pentacles, which is the juggling and making sure that you don't drop the ball. So it just seems as though you're trying to hold on really tight to something, and you don't want to let it go. You don't want to drop it. And so you're juggling things to make sure that everything stays held up. At some point, when we are in that state of being, when we are trying our best and we're a little desperate to keep things how they are, we end up dropping everything at some point. The tower will come at some point and drop it all. So that's why I'm saying, like, what are the priorities? So you don't have so much on your plate, right? The things that are at the bottom of the list, it's okay to get those out and understand, right? Like, really visually look at the list and be like, okay, these are the things that I'm okay with not focusing on this month. Therefore, you don't have to think about them, right? Get them out of your mind, out of sight type of thing, so you can focus on what is really important. What is the Knight of Pentacles? In your environment, this Knight here is trying to get away from something or get away with something. That's why he's taking so long. He or she. What is the Queen of Wands? The Page of Cups. This Queen of Wands is a little immature emotionally. And Justice is the Wheel of Fortune. Things are going to change between you and these people, this person, something like that. And you have the King of Cups at the bottom, which is this card here. Oh, wait, this is page. I'm sorry. It's just because this deck, the elements are different. So this is the Page of Pentacles. This queen is not coming with anything. This queen has nothing to give. Okay, this queen is just saying that she's giving something, but she's not. This guy over here is trying to get away with something. So the Justice card is coming in and being like, I'm changing this whole dynamic. I'm changing this whole situation. Like, this is not working. One person is not giving anything and the other person is trying to get away. How is that even going to work? Whereas in your energy, you're taking it super seriously. And you are actually literally doing transformative self-work in order for you to hold on to this quote-unquote concept of a romantic situation with someone that you are super uncertain about. Again, where's the priority? Because if any of this has to do with these two people, they're not bringing anything to the table. And either you being Justice or Justice itself, the energy of Justice, is going to come in and change the course and put you on another timeline, which is needed. And that's probably what is going to break your heart a little bit here. All right, let's get clarity on this Four of Wands at the beginning of the month. Okay, so you're starting off feeling good. Feeling like things are falling into place. People are on the same page. Ten of Pentacles, which is this card. Strength. Yeah, this is what you want. You are doing your best to be authentic, to have courage and bravery, to come from the heart no matter what, to come together with a group of people or another person, to have a happy home, a happy heart, a happy life. Celebrate, stuff like that. Like, this is the dynamics between people, like a relationship, a foundation, like building or having a foundation between two people who care for each other, who love each other. And for it to be paired with the Ten of Pentacles, I would say just that in itself at the beginning of the month, you're doing really good financially, materialistically, emotionally, all the things. And you're staying strong and you're keeping your head up and you're doing the things that you have to do here. Three of Swords. Why the heartbreak? 10 of Wands. Something just feels like it's a lot of work. 5 of Swords, which is this card here. Ay, ay, ay. One more for that. Ooh. There's sabotage here. Someone was acting really selfish and just felt like something was too hard to do, too hard to handle. And they acted out a little bit. I don't know, this was you, which is that one reason why I felt that you were feeling a little guilty. It's like shameful, guilty, like why did I do that type of thing. What is the moon on this side? Nine of Cups. This is your wish fulfillment. So you are in sort of this like fantasy land, romanticizing a situation. Like you're thinking about it. You want the thing. You want to feel connection. You want to feel love. But there's so much uncertainty around it at the beginning of the month. 8 of Wands. Which is weird that there's fast moving energy here. What is the King of Cups? Feelings have been exchanged as well at some point after this heartbreak. I feel like there was conversation with the 8 of Wands. And like there was this thing of I am being a little vulnerable with the 9 of Cups. And I am telling you or telling somebody how I feel and what I want. What is the King of Cups? Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit. This King of Cups, if you feel like a person has gone quiet, and it could be that they did over here, like I was saying, that they're trying to get away. It's just because they are analyzing it and evaluating the situation. Probably, and because it's Cups card, he is a Cups card. He's evaluating his emotions. He or she is evaluating their emotions. So their process to do that is to go within and to be a little quiet and to come from a place of wisdom and experience and really like self-knowing in a sense. They want to do the right thing. They're trying to come to terms with their feelings. They're trying to find like truth in their feelings. I'm hearing something like that. So there's a lot of analyzing, a lot of evaluating here with this king, with this person. And again, this comes after this moment that you and another just went through. So yes, there's conversation. I feel like there's a lot of conversation, and this person is the type of person that needs to process it. Yeah. So things started off great. Something happened between two people. Something felt like it was like there was sabotage. People were being selfish. Like they weren't really thinking things through. Something like ended. And then there was a conversation. It's just like people being open, people being vulnerable. It happened really quickly. So this person over here is processing that. For some of you also, this moon is about you not knowing what you want, whether like not even in relationship. Like I'm just feeling that in general. Like maybe some of you are lacking some direction right now and really feeling like empty, like I was getting from the get-go. Like there needs to be some kind of purpose. I feel like there is not, I don't know, there's something about not having purpose at the beginning of the month. Let's go into the middle of the month with this Fool card. 6 of Wands, beautiful, which is this card here. even better spirits for sure. So like from the 11th through the 20th or something like that, like you feel really good. You feel like you can do the thing. Like whatever this new start is, you feel confident that you can do it. Let's get more info about what the new start is, please. What does it have to do with? The Fool, to clarify the Fool. Of course. One more. It's like if I didn't make myself clear, the cards are like, you're going through a new phase. There's a new start. 3 of Wands. Something that you've been waiting for a good bit is going to start in the middle of the month. You've made a decision on something a while back. So you've been waiting on it. You feel excited about it. You feel confident that it's going to go well. You feel like you have everything you need to accomplish this thing, to get through this process. Like there's a lot of passion involved here with the Wands. All right, let's go into the Ace of Pentacles. You may be getting more income this month as well in some form, in some way. Six of Cups. Ooh. Okay. This is it just made me feel like very deep, and like there's a possibility for connection here with somebody that you have history with. Whether it is like in this lifetime, like you've known them before, you've been with them before, or just like a bond, a spiritual soul bond, a soul tie, a karmic connection between you and another person. That it's like, I feel like, let's just say a soulmate or a soul bond or a person. In the energetic, like when you were before born, you were just a soul of energy form. 2 energy forms that belong together. Like your other energy form, I guess the better word would be soulmate. I just don't like to use the word. Is coming through in human form. There's something like that. Like you're going to meet somebody that you have a tie with, that you have a contract with. The 6 of Cups talks about like history with someone. A new phase is starting. We already determined that. Even in the beginning when I was talking about Venus going into another sign. Finally, we are starting a new phase here. Why do you feel defensive about it? Somebody feels defensive about it. This is maybe because for some of you, you have history with this person. So for them to come back into the picture, there's like some hesitation. There's like a lack of trust, or there is definite, if that is the case for some of you, there's a definite need to get closure with one another and close that cycle out. Because if you're meant to start a new cycle with someone and you still have loose ends with them, then you need to close it out, right? Talk it through, find the closure, the solutions. And I'm not a big fan of closure. I think it's overrated. I think it's unnecessary. Like you find that closure comes like within you, you know, like you don't need a final conversation to have closure. Like you'll be having closure conversations forever if that were the case. But anyway, but what I'm trying to say is like, if there is anything that like has loose ends with this soul bond, this soul tie, and you feel defensive about it because you have history with this person and they're coming back and it's just like, like they're like the same thing's going to happen, like, you know, the way it did before. I don't know. Because this is saying that there's a cycle closing, which means simultaneously there's a cycle opening. And right next to this is a person. And right next to this is a new start, right? So we'll see. What is the King of Swords? Yeah. This King of Swords, this male or female, is coming, like, I don't even know what to say. If this is a love reading and you're dealing with love or whatever, you're dealing with another person, you know who it is, or like when they come through, you'll know who it is, right? Like, this person is clear. If it's the same person, they went through their hermit process and evaluated the situation and came with clarity and like knowing, like decision has been made. This is what I want. This is what I want to do. I want to start a new cycle with you. Let's do this again. If this is representing closing the old cycle and starting a new cycle with the Fool here, it's probably the fact that you two had a fight, you had an argument, people were hurt, and this is reconciliation. Okay, especially with the Six of Cups, because there's history. This is like a redo type of thing. If it's not that, again, going back to you, that channel that I got about the King of Swords getting attention, like people are going to see you in a positive light. Whatever it is that you're starting, aside from a relationship, right? It could be a new job, a new passion, a new company, a new creative project, whatever it is. This is like something that you've wanted to do from your past, that you've always wanted to do. And you have an opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles to redo, like open up this cycle again. The only thing you have to overcome is your hesitation, your doubts, your fears, or whatever. Because it's going to turn out well. You will be received positively as you maneuver and go down this path and do the thing that you have to do. Okay. Page of Wands. Seven of Swords. Knight of, or no. This here has to do with this ugliness over here. I'm sorry I called it ugliness. I don't know what it is. It's just weird energy. It's like people, yeah, because this is what was giving me the feeling that the King of Swords is going to have a lot of eyes on them. So again, if this is a relationship thing, this is your person. Your person may have some really negative people in their environment, because these two cards are coming back again here. So there may be a lot of eyes on your person as you guys are going through this thing. If this is you going through this new phase and doing this new thing, this new job, project, whatever, same concept. You have people that are here. Yes, they're looking at you, and some of them genuinely will receive you well, but you just want to be careful with jealousy. You want to be careful with jealousy, with people coming to you saying that they're offering you something, but they're not backing it up with anything. And you know what? Not even just those people, like anyone. I don't care who it is. It could be your husband or your wife. If they're telling you that they are like giving you promises and telling you, you know, that they're gonna do something, and they're not backing it up, because you have a page here with the Seven of Swords, like, you need to see that for what it is and not waste time on hoping that they're gonna do the thing. Okay, so that's something just to think about. But in general, there's people in your environment, you'll know who they are. They're not there for your best interest. They don't have your best interest at heart. All right, let's go into the end of the month, the last 10 days. we have the Three of Pentacles here. This is communication, being on the same page with someone, coming together, building something with a good foundation, planting the seeds. But it's just like collaborating, like going through the blueprints, or like, this is what I can bring to the table. Okay, great. This is what you can bring. Okay, great. Let's put our forces together, create something beautiful. Knight of Pentacles, which is this guy. Ace of Swords. Ace of, geez Louise. Ace of Wands. Sorry. Yeah, something that you've been waiting on for a good bit is, again, coming through. Where did I say that? I said that over here, that this is taking a while. But this person was taking a while because they were sabotaging a situation. And I think that by the end of the month, something happens where they finally do the thing. And probably because you've gone through this whole reconciliation process with them, right? Like, it's going to take a bit. But you're making plans. You are seeing things for the future. You are excited, passionate about their future with this person as well. If it's not a person, then something that you've been wanting to do, again, like I said before, for a very long time, this is coming to fruition. And you're probably, at this point, even though the opportunity started off here in the middle of the month, by this point, you're working with other people on it. But then we go into this Five of Swords, Nine of Swords. Actually, I want another deck for this. If this is a matter of like you starting off the month and you had an argument with your person, and then y'all did the whole reconciliation thing, and then all of a sudden it happens again, Libra, that is your cue. There's an element of holding people accountable here to what they say, their truth, who they are, what they show you. Five of Swords. Page of Swords. Ace of Pentacles, which is this offer over here that I said was a karmic thing from the past, a cycle. Two pages. Page of Wands. You just want to be careful with people talking a whole bunch but not delivering, okay? And I know I already said that. This could be the people that I'm telling you don't have your best interest at heart as well. But there is communication coming through that is going to feel really toxic, low level, selfish. Like, people are playing games here, mind games, manipulating, like, or being really cruel, something like that. Like, saying, like, they have something for you, they want to do something with you, they want to start something with you, they're passionate about you, but there's no substance that comes along with it. You have two pages and an ace. Like, it's like I'm going to give you the world, I'm going to give you what you want type of thing. But giving this person, whoever this is, it's coming to you, the benefit of the doubt. They have every intention to give you what it is that they want to give you. but they don't know how. They're not experienced enough. And something happens and it just ends up like making it shitty. Like it turns into a shitty situation. The King of Wands. I feel like incompatibility here. Two people are not compatible. Like you're too serious about this thing. If this is the relationship, you're too serious about it for someone to be coming at the end of all of this work and be like, oh, blah, 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 but not delivering, not following through. Like something happens, it just sort of turns you off a little bit. If this is not that person and it's someone else, like I told you, it could be other people. It's just messy energy between you and others. What is the Nine of Swords? Queen, which is this person, the Queen of Wands. Knight of Pentacles, which is this person. What is happening? Judgment. Good. It's gonna feel shitty. I'm not gonna lie. But at least Judgment is here to be like the way Justice came in, or the Wheel of Fortune and Justice came in to change a situation, is the same thing as Justice or Judgment coming in to be like, this is the truth. Like you're gonna see the truth of a situation, but not without all of this. And I'm so sorry to say, like, if you have any hesitation about a person, if it is a romantic situation and you have hesitation about a person, try to get to it at the beginning, so you don't have to go through all of this like fluctuation of emotion of starting off, you know, happy and, you know, in love and blah blah blah, and then going into heartbreak, and then going into silence, and then being passionate again, and then there's like all of this like soul bonds, and we're meant to be, and we're gonna do the thing, and blah blah blah, just to be let down later once again. All right, and I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm just saying to get ahead of it, so you don't have to go through all of the fluctuations, because I feel really strongly that you have other responsibilities this month that you need to focus on and tackle. And if this relationship is taking all of your energy, like, you need to figure that out sooner rather than later. If it's not this relationship, because I know I'm talking to two different groups here. This King and Queen, you, either way, you and another person there's a lot of like overthinking, stress, anxiety, fear, toxic behavior coming through at the end of the month between you and another. This Knight of Pentacles has come up 3 times. One here, one here, one here. This person is taking their sweet ass time doing something that they need to do. All right, what is the Nine of Wands? I need to shorten these readings up. I'm so sorry. The Hierophant. The Two of Wands. Yeah, you're just like doing what's right. You are going like away. 8 of Pentacles. You're just like with your head up. Like you make a decision of some sort to do the right thing. And it's probably, with the 8 of Pentacles, there's a sense of like, I'm going to work toward what it is that I really want to accomplish. I just, again, don't like this energy at the end of the month before that. Like, you make a decision. Once this happens, you make a decision to do whatever it is that is right, like I said. But there's work involved there. Like, you're working toward moving on to something. But this Knight at the end of the month comes through with the passionate conversation. And it's like, yes, let's do the thing. We're on the same page. But they sabotage it for the sake of passion and pleasure and doing what it is that they want. And I don't know if this Queen is you, but this person is like, they see this Knight of Wands and this Queen together. This is going to come in a form of written conversation. Something's going to have you anxious. Like it's going to give you, like it's going to make you feel trapped as well. Like you can't get out of a situation. But you do, because you have the Six of Wands here. Like you overcome it. But something happens where it's in the form of writing. Like a text message or something like that that you see come through.